Alright, I've never done one of these Zoom recordings before, but here we go. So this is the first slide of my data visualization 2 visuals. This is a breakdown of the different GPA levels in the class. This was meant to open my presentation, as the rest of my graphs have to do with the breakdown of GPA levels and other questions to go with it. I wanted to bring attention to how few 4.0, 2.0 GPA levels there are within the class. After bringing attention to that, I wanted to introduce the fact that since there's so few 4.0 levels, some of the following graphs are going to be in the 100% stacked format, which means that the data is all looks like the bars are the same. Otherwise, the 4.0 and 2.9 bars would have been really small. Finally, I wanted to transition into my next slide by talking about stress and rhetorically asking the audience what GPA level they thought would have the higher stress level, expecting it to be 4.0s, but as you'll see on this slide, that the 4.0s, actually no 4.0s mentioned that they reported a stress level of 5, which I thought was interesting. So I wanted to bring attention to that. Also wanted to bring attention that as you go down the GPA level, more people, or stress levels increase, which is another interesting data point that I found. I also wanted to explain the 100% stack chart on here. This is what 100% stack chart looks like. So you can see that even though there are only 2% of the class was a 4.0, the bars look very similar. So wanted to get that across here. Also wanted to mention that the 3.5 to 3.9 range represents over half the class, so that's probably the most accurate reading of how stressed our class is in general. So that was the last point on this slide. Next one. This one was, what do you yearn for most based on your grade point average? Interesting points on this one I wanted to mention were that not a single 4.0 mentioned love is what they yearn for most. Overall, the class as a whole wanted happiness most, which I think is a good thing. Happiness is good in the world. Wasn't much other interesting data other than that, just the 4.0s not wanting and not caring about love, and the happiness being the overarching theme here. So next is the plan retirement age based on grade point average. This one had some really good data. As you go down the GPA levels, the retirement age, planned retirement age gets younger and younger. So the 2.0, 2.9, not a single person thought they're trying over 70. And as you go, the retirement age gets higher and higher, which the 4.0s most had the most 70 pluses in their grouping.